Because this is the most prestigious award in Australian journalism by definition, it's very hard to win. And it's hard to win because the winner must meet two tough and parallel criteria. First, the journalist must have already established an outstanding career. And second, the past year must have been a year of real achievement. So together with fellow judges Caroline Wilson and Helen Trinker, we settled on a short list of 4. Adele Ferguson, a previous winner, as we saw tonight now, 11 quills, whose entry this year had a strong theme, the exploitation of people, whether they be people in aged care homes, employees at Domino's Pizza, or again, as we saw tonight, small franchisees being done over by big companies. Nick McKenzie and Richard Baker. Now, this partnership has racked up so many awards here and at the Walkleys. In the past year, they put a spotlight on the activities of the Chinese government in Australia. They did almost as much as Sam Dastyari himself to bring himself undone. And who could forget the lobsters with the mobsters? Sally Sarah, Africa correspondent for the ABC, covering 48 countries. That's right, Sarah Palin, Africa is not a country. Sally has had another outstanding year. I think the most memorable story for her was under the most challenging of circumstances, the 2 tiny girls who were fighting for their lives in drought-stricken Somaliland. And Cameron Stewart, another previous winner who continues to impress with his reporting from the United States, not just with his coverage of the chaos of Trump, as he calls it, and another one fell tonight, but with other strong contributions on the shooting death of an Australian woman in Minneapolis and a profile on Greg Norman. So, Rob Sharp from Virgin, please announce the winner from a very tough field.
Good evening. Virgin Australia is delighted to be a principal sponsor of the Melbourne Press Club and show our support to independent quality journalism. This is the 3rd year we've been in partnership with Melbourne Press Club, and we're proud to continue to help journalists share the important stories with all of Australia. This evening, we're very thrilled to be co-presenting one of the most prestigious individual journalism prizes in Australia. And tonight's recipient will join a roll call of the most high-calibre journalists, including Adele Ferguson, Laurie Oakes and Michelle Grattan. Without further ado, I announce this year's recipient of the Graham Perkin Australian Journalist of the Year Award. Richard Baker. Congratulations.
And Nick McKenzie.
And Nick McKenzie, you're there as well.
That was classic Richard Baker, just trying to take
Like
all the
another
glory.
Academy Awards moment.
This is actually, for a couple of investigators, we definitely thought we had not won this, and so come really ill prepared. If I'd known we were going to do this, my mum would have been sitting next to me. It's a massive honour. One thing that I reflect on, it's my 17th year of being a journalist, and every year this gets stronger, is what a privilege it is to have, or to be a journo. And I think that when I come to a night like this and see what such talent just amongst us in Melbourne, and of course Sally, Cameron and Adele were absolute legends, so to be up amongst it with them is just absolutely tremendous. It's really, really great to work with a really good mate, a great supporter in Richard, and keeps me absolutely honest. I did actually bump into a cameraman who was a cameraman when I was a kid at the ABC today, who just did this little, he wiggled his finger at me, and it reminded me of, he gave me a nickname when I became an ABC cadet. I stuffed up so often in the first few weeks of being a cadet journalist. He called me Fingers, which was short for brown fingers, because every story I touched turned to shit. And I just thought, if he flashed into my mind when they read out the award, But I guess reflecting on that, what's made me a decent journalist is to have and find mentors, and two of them popped up on the screen before, Mark Colvin and my really dear friend Michael Gordon. And me and Richard wouldn't be here, and The Age wouldn't be the newsroom it is without Michael Gordon's contribution to it. So in many ways I just think of Mickey when I think of this award. I'll just pass it over to Richard.
Thanks, mate. Well spoken. I won't keep it much longer. Just want to say thank you to all the judges and the sponsors and everyone here tonight. As Nick said, with Sally, Cam and Adele, like, you guys are just absolute legends and guns. So yeah, it's just great to be up there. This is my 19th year in journalism now, and so yeah, like Nick said, it's just a real privilege, and I'd like to thank all the editors from Fairfax and The Age in particular who've backed us, and it's probably no surprise that we're actually sitting on the Minter Allison table, because we've probably kept them very well funded over the years as well. So thanks for thanks for that. Yeah, and just you know, like, it's been a great partnership, and working with Nick and all the awards and the accolades and the achievements you can make for often for people who don't really have much of a say in their own affairs and in the world. The thing I get a kick out of the job, but you know, an even better thing is you'd put all that aside, and you know, you've got a really good mate for life here. So, and that's what it's all about. So thanks a lot.